Good morning, everyone. My name is Sir Villanueva. This year's tour will all be virtual. How will all this work, you ask? Well, to give you the full experience of Cordillera Administrative Region, we ask all to pay attention and wear our virtual goggles. Don't worry, we'll all be right here to give you information about the tour.
Good morning, tourists. My name is Cedric Zamora, your tour guide for this year's virtual tour, along with my core tour guide, Mr. John Pros Signorin.
In this tour, we'll be traveling along CAR's provinces and their famous tourist attraction. In every provinces, we'll be telling you the following. Modes of transportation and how to get there by commute will be explained by Kim Manzano. Famous cuisine and products will be explained by Bea San Juan, and each province's famous destination, geographical location, and also some fun facts will be explained by your tour guides, Mr. Zamora and I, along with Mr. Villanueva.
In a physical tour, the tour will take a week to travel the whole Cordillera Administrative Region, or CAR region. But lucky for us, this will only take about 13 to 15 minutes.
A landlocked province in the Philippines in the Cordillera Administrative Region in Luzon, Cabugao serves as its capital, the provincial capital, and its associated offices are located at the new government center in Luna.
We finally reached our destination. All accommodations in this tour will all be quality hotels and inns. To give the best experience to our tourists in Apayao, we will be staying at Mawanan Mountain Resort located at Calanasan, Apayao. They offer rooms that can accommodate 4 people and offer food during arrival.
By commuting, Mawanan Mountain Resort is a 30 minutes jeepney ride away from the capital of Apayao.
For our first itinerary, Gololan Falls in Cabugao, Apayao.
How to commute to Gololan Falls? First, you will ride a jeepney from a Cabugao going to Barangay EKB. Since it's a landmark in Cabugao, you can ask the driver to drop you off there.
The beauty of this falls was amazing, with many different rocks, trees, and water wells. The waterfalls is measured around 30 meters high. This falls was discovered in the year 2000, where it comes from the old folk tale kiwat or eel, and fish related to tilapia.
After admiring the scenery in Galoan Falls, we will now venture in the caves of Luna Apayao, Manakota Underground River, and Lusok Cave.
Manakota hides numerous chambers of crystalline and untouched stalactites and stalagmites that are not yet fully explored by tourists. To explore this cave, a boat ride is necessary unlike other nearby caves. The flora and fauna is flourishing. Fishes were evident as well as bats and other insects that prove sustained life inside the cave and being preserved by the government and the locals of Apayao.
To get there, take a Florida bus or RCJ bus going to Junction Luna in Abulug, Cagayan. Terminals are both located in Sampaloc and Cubao. Travel time takes a 12 hours via Tugigaraw and also 14 hours via Ilocos to Junction Luna Terminal. It takes time a 10-minute tricycle ride transfer to Poblacion Luna.
Now, after a tiring day of traveling across the province of Apayao, we will rest and eat at Danny's Food House. They serve Apayao pizza and other best-selling flavors of homemade soft crust with lots of toppings and baked in brick oven. Pinalatan, Pinaltit, Binanayan, and Sinusur are a few of their pizza toppings that are also native dishes of Apayao province.
Speaking of eating, Apayao's Pinalatan is an iconic food. It is a chicken, spicy, or pork dish. When you taste it, something like a bitterness of tinge because of the ingredients that include the pomelo leaves.
Before we move on to our next destination, I'll give you a fun fact about Apayao province. They are one of the provinces in the Philippines that uses a four languages. First, the two being Tagalog and the English, and the other two are their own native language, which is a Ilocano and Isnag.
Let's head on to our next destination. It's a third-class province in the Cordillera Administrative Region of the Philippines, Abra. Its capital is the municipality of Bangged. It is bordered by Ilocos Norte on the northwest, Apayao on the northeast, Kalinga on the mid-east, Mountain Province on the southeast, and Ilocos Sur on the southwest.
A fact about Abra is that it's province with an excellent combination of history and a modern nature.
Okay, so Strutt's Art Garden Resort is a resort found in the capital city of Abra. It is a 5-star hotel according to Agoda and Booking.com. Now we will be staying here for the night after our itineraries for the day. And for the restaurant, we will eat at Pinin Food House. It is the #1 restaurant in Bangged, Abra. It is an all-you-can-eat buffet that serves home-cooked Filipino foods.
From Manila, it will take you about 10 hours and 22 minutes via a bus to arrive at Bangged, the capital of Abra.
Abra province is known for its natural attraction. So for our itineraries in this province, we will be looking at two of those said natural attraction. Firstly, Sapilang Falls, one of the remotest tourist spot in Bangged. The falls has two flowing sides. First is tall, thin, and drops in many levels until it reaches the point where the two falls become one river. And the second one descends on the broad and wide bare rock face that is climbable and a hidden extension at the top which cannot be seen from below.
We have another waterfall that might be more interesting. Kili Falls in Tubo, Abra. Kili Falls is one of the many beautiful places in Abra that you can visit all year round. The main attraction here is not just the waterfall. Hidden behind the main cascade is a hot spring that flows into an icy cold river. The locals had made a wading pool beside it. The trail to the waterfall from the village crosses scenic rice fields and a few hanging bridges, similar to what you would find in Banawe, Ifugao, Benguet, or Mountain Province.
Abra has their own delicacies, and a famous dish of theirs is called dinaldalem. The word dinaldalem comes from the Ilocano dalem, which means liver.
If ever this was a physical tour, this would be the third day of our tour. And during this day, we will be fitting two provinces in today's itinerary, Kalinga and Mountain Province. Both have natural attractions that are worth going to. But since the said attractions could be admired just by looking at them, we will only be going to view them from the view decks and head on to our next destination. Since we are fitting two provinces in a day, we will be staying at Dong Elai's homestay in Mountain Province since they are closer to the next destination. Dong Elai Malingkong Homestay is a peaceful place to stay when you visit Maligkong Rice Terraces and Mount Fato and Mount Kupape. They provide hot showers as well as food and drinks. If we were able to stay at Kalinga, we would be staying at M Hotel Tabuk. It is a luxury hotel that offers tons of services and famously known in Kalinga.
Kalinga is a landlocked province in the northernmost section of the Cordillera region. It is bounded by the provinces of Cagayan and Apayao in the north, Mountain Province in the south, and Abra in the west. The greater sections of Cagayan and Isabela are found on its eastern part, sharp-crested, interlinking mountain peaks, steep slopes, isolated flatlands, plateau and valley characterize the western side, while the eastern section is generally rolling with gradually sloping foothills, interlocking a wide tract of flatlands and floodplains along its main rivers. And as for the Mountain Province, it is bounded in the east by Isabela, in the north by the provinces of Kalinga, Apayao, and Abra. In the south, Benguet and Ifugao, and in the west by the province of Ilocos Sur. The province was named so for being in the Cordillera Central Mountain Range found in the upper realms of Luzon Island.
In Kalinga, two of their most famous tourist attractions are the Tamuyok Falls and Samagoing Cave, both of which are visible in a view deck. Tamuyok Falls is located in Pasil, Kalinga. You need to hike 4 hours from the nearest community, but then again, nature surprises will greet you all along. It measures around 30 feet high and cascades to a wide and very deep pool. The water is icy cold and crystal clear. The Samaguing Cave is the biggest one in Sagada. The rock formations that reassemble common forms are the highlights of their incredible adventure. The bird and elephants, the tortoise, and chocolate cakes are some of these formations.
Now for a stopover, we will be eating at a restaurant in Kalinga called Adam's Delight. It is a great place in Kalinga where the restaurant has a library wherein they have tons of books that you can read.
In the mountain province, they have a famous food called pinikpikan, originated from the Igorot tribes of the Cordillera region, where live chicken is beaten with a stick prior to cooking.
In the mountain region, we will be having a quick peek at the Bontoc Tribal Museum. Bontoc Tribal Museum in Mountain Province showcase how Igorots have already a well-organized culture, headed by tribal elders during the pre-colonial times.
By commuting, it is a 50 to 20 minute walk from Bontoc Town Hall. You can also optional to ride a tricycle going here.
So, before we continue this tour, we will be resting at our chosen accommodation and wake up early in the morning.
Early in the fourth day, we will be heading to Quiltepan Peak to watch the sunrise. Situated on the eastern Sagada, around 3.5 kilometers from town center.
So, Ifugao is a mountain province located in the northern Luzon and is bounded by Isabela on the east, Benguet on the west, Mountain Province on the north, and Nueva Vizcaya on the south.
For Ifugao, we will be accommodated by Native Village Inn. This resort is conveniently located in Banawi Town Center. It's close to tourist spots or attractions, so we can stop over and rest in this inn for an hour and so, then head on straight to the famous attractions that Ifugao has to offer. During this trip, we will be eating at a restaurant called Al's Place. This is a famous restaurant for tourists in Ifugao. They offer Italian food as well as Ifugao's native foods. They also have good ambience and attract a lot of customers.
Mount Napulawan is also known as the Whitened Grand Mountain of Ifugao, one of Luzon's grandest mountains. Mount Napulawan, or Napulawan, meaning whitened in the Tuwali language, is situated in Hongduan, Ifugao. It stands at a towering height of 2,642 MASL, making it the 50th highest mountain in the Philippines.
The Banawe rice terraces are terraces that were carved into the mountain of Banawe, Ifugao in the Philippines by the ancestors of the Igorot people. The terraces are occasionally called the eighth wonder of the world.
As we are heading to the last part of this virtual tour, we will now introduce the last destination, which is Benguet. Benguet province occupies a southern tip of Cordillera mountain range in the northern part of Luzon Island. It is a mountainous terrain of peaks, ridges, and canyons, and a temperature and generally pleasant climate.
Now for our last destination, the most known province in Cordillera Administrative Region is Benguet. We will be accommodated by Metropines Inn. They offer excellent 3-star lodging. Those who want to see nearby sites can do so easily from their tourist attraction. And for the restaurant, we will be dining at Chocolat or Chocolate de Batirol, established in 1996, known for the famous classic Filipino drink made from fresh cacao and chocolate paste from the natural oils from cacao that can last for years. Served in silver pots with batirol, a local term for a pitcher that is used to mix the drink perfectly.
Another destination with a great sunrise view, Mount Pulag is one of the famous attractions in Benguet, which is actually visited by many people. And also, this is the highest mountain in Luzon, and in the Philippines, it is the third highest. When you climb to the summit, you will see the clearing and the beautiful view, and especially the sunset.
Benguet is famous for plants that don't normally grow in the Philippines, but they are also known for having the most beautiful flower farms that the Philippines could ever produce. Northern Blossom Flower Farms is one of the tourist spots in Benguet. Located in Atok, Benguet, we can plainly see the spectacular Mount Pulag, the highest mountain in Luzon. From the flower farm's breathtaking vantage point, various plants and flower species are also seen. In the expansive, undulating fields are echeveria plants, brilliant sunflowers, color rose cabbages, pastel-hued flowers, marigolds, delphinium, matiola, and roses.
As we end the virtual tour, we hope you have enjoyed and learned something about Cordillera Administrative Region. It may not feel as authentic as touching and seeing this attraction in the real world, but we hope we've made you interested and want to go into a real tour in CAR.
Now, thank you for joining us in this year's virtual tour in Cordillera Administrative Region. You may now take off your goggles.